flat minor. Getting this Batman sound, just a cool exercise. Play a lot of this augmented stuff, or you can just be very bluesy about it. Maybe I'd go for some but when I hang out, talk about how deep is the ocean, get a big overview about the theory, about the chords, and then record a little backing track for you and myself, and then I'll record a solo over that, and then I'll mix it. I'll show you my screen, so let me see, it's right here, see? I'll show you my screen and how I record it and how I mix it, and we'll hear it together. And I don't know, see how that goes, give you some tricks and tips, how I think, what I play, just play over it. Then we can talk, we can chat in the comments about how deep is the ocean. If you don't know the tune, I suggest starting with listening. Yeah, listen to as many cool artists as you can, get some inspiration, yeah, and then walking as much with your ear before you even touch the instrument is a cool place to start. So let's go over the chords. We are in C minor, E flat major, and we're constantly going in between. We're starting with C minor, I'd say more C minor than E flat major, but we wander around often. So we go from C minor, we have a 2-5 in C. I like to generalize cadences as much as I can and not think D half diminished, G7, C, not like chord, but rather have a bigger overview of what the tune is. So we're in C minor, 2-5 to C, minor 2-5 to G. G is also, well, you can think we're going to the 5th of C minor, the natural one, not like the harmonic from the melodic minor, we would have a major, or the 3rd from E flat. But we haven't touched E flat, so I don't hear E flat when I land on a G minor yet. Anyhow, we start in C minor, and then we have 2-5 going to G minor, establishes with another 2-5 to G minor again, this passing chord that people play a lot. The 2-5 going for the first time, we're landing at the B, so if the tune is an A, B, A, C, it's the first time. And now we're landing at the B, playing in E flat 7. So it'll be like a 1-7, very bluesy sound instead of like a major 7, major 6 sound. It's a 1-7. And it keeps on being very bluesy because we're going 4-7. So E flat 7, A flat 7. And then going to this B7, which also really gives me that bluesy feeling, because we have, if we are looking, I like to look at everything connected to the mother scale, like E flat, C minor, and now we're more like hearing E flat. So we have E flat, like 1, minor 3, 4, blue note, all coming from like common tones with B7 and E flat. So that is really a bluesy part for me. And then the 5 that jumps straight back into the 5 of C minor. The nice thing is that B flat 7, flat 9 is the very same chord, well, has the same notes as G7 flat 9. So if you're thinking diminished here, kind of diminished leading to 1, it's the same diminished leading to this one to C minor or E flat. That's a kind of an easy way of thinking about this part instead of thinking about two different dominants to get what's the common sound between them and just play around that. Okay, that finishes the B, and now we're back to second A. So C minor, 2-5 to C minor, 2-5 going to G minor, again 2-5 in G minor, this passing chord, 2-5 to E flat, this time now we're in C, so the C part is different. We're going from E flat 7 to C7, so it's a 1, 6, 2, F minor, the 2 of E flat major, A flat minor, so a backdoor, a minor 4 chord, borrowed from our from the minor scale. Going back to the 1, we have this big nice turnaround here, 1, 3 as a dominant to C, F7 double dominant, becoming a minor, so 2, 5, 1. We are landing really on a major, an E flat major, not an E7, an E flat 7, but only for such a brief moment, and then straight away G7 back to C minor. So that's about it for the chords. Now let's talk about how you solo over these chords. There's so many ways to play, obviously, on all of this, but I'm just gonna talk a few things that I like to do here, and some things that can help you to help make life easy for you. So a way to generalize this C minor in the beginning is just think, well, I'm playing C melodic minor over the entire thing. It's really depending on the tempo, but if it's like not very slow, so not every chord really establishes itself as like a sound, and it's more like the chords pass quickly, I can generalize into one sound, and I'm not gonna think chord, 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 I'm gonna think like before, generalize as much as I can. So C melodic minor, I already had some notes that are from the dominant. I think, well, maybe this is what I do most, more than anything else, is thinking 1-5-1. So I'm in C. What I see in here is like C minor, and I just want to create movement. I want to create tension and release. So where do you draw your tensions from? Obviously from the 5. And then you have many options. What do you make of this 5? You can make it like an altered. This is what I did. So A flat melodic minor. Or you can make it like a flat 9 sound, and still some cool sounding triads from the half whole. Or you can make it a whole tone. But a whole tone going to the minor, I don't use it that often, personally. Maybe it sounds very cool when people do. I don't do it much. So one thing that I like to do here, which is hip and easy, is go to the triads. Playing over C minor, I play just a C minor triad, easy enough. Reason for that, if you are playing very simple and in, well, it makes the balance of what you play out sound more out. So when I play over a G7, we said that we can play a melodic minor, A flat melodic minor. One of the triads from A flat melodic minor, the first one, is A flat minor. So it's a little trick. In my mind, playing this, I'm thinking C minor, A flat minor. Getting this Batman sound. That, yeah, sounds really cool. You can also make a minor add 4 out of that. Well, I already started playing more than that, but it's already created a cool sound. You can use the same trick. Now we're going to G minor. So our one chord is G minor, I play a G minor triad, and our altered comes from E flat minor, E flat melodic minor, so I play E flat. I really have to change strings. So that's also like just a cool exercise. Just connecting G minor and E flat minor. If you watched my videos, my shorts, or any other thing, you must be familiar with how much triad stuff I do. It's because I think everything comes from triads. So effective and powerful sound, and when you misplace triads, you take a sound that we recognize really easily and you put it in some other place like you wouldn't expect. It has this balance of something familiar that is really outside, that is not where it's supposed to be, and creates so much tension and cool sounds. So that's just me playing over G minor and E flat minor. Going from the G minor, we have this 2/5. You can play F minor, E7, try it on sub. It sounds very nice here. So just a 2/5, where you can play everything you want over this dominant. It's definitely like an augmented, diminished, altered, and mix different sounds at this point. So every chorus you can just whatever comes to mind. I think I would play a lot of this augmented stuff. Because we had these minor sounds all the time before, and now dominant leading to a major chord is more common with the whole tone. And then, so you might ask yourself, or me, what to do with the whole tone? And that's a long topic to speak about, but generally, instead of how do you make it stop sounding like this? So one thing is to use the triad. So we have one augmented triad, two augmented triads, a whole tone apart. First is from the root, and the second one is a whole tone above it. And playing them already sounds cooler than just going up and down the scale. When the second tip is to add some chromatic in between. This already makes it much less predictable. And the third one that I like to do is to break it rhythmically. It's always my tip. I always try to work on it. It's what I love about Coltrane so much, is how much it sounds like he's a rapper. you know, on the saxophone, the rhythm is so, the groove, it's everything is about the groove. So playing something that's not just being, think like a snare, think more drums than guitar, and then I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm definitely something I'm thinking about and working on, and I advise you to try out as well. So we're landing at E flat, E flat 7. What are you doing on E flat 7? I would split it, since it's a long E flat 7, I'd kind of think E flat sus and then 7, so we create more movement and not like E7, 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 because it's so long. So maybe just think like a 2-5 to A flat, something that I would do. You play whatever 2-5-1 phrase that you want, so you split one bar is less tension, just a mixolydian, and then an altered, then you land. Or you can just be very bluesy about it. Then A flat going to B, this B, we talked about it, did we? I think. This very bluesy, yeah, we talked about it before. It's like a double dominant tritone sub. So if we're in E flat, the double dominant is F7. F7, tritone sub is a B. This is a nice voicing. Do you know this one? We're playing the 7th, 9th, and 13th. And I play it with a thumb here. Illegal! Yeah. Nice voicing. Just not playing the 3rd. Powerful. Very nice. Then half step down, there's a dominant from E, so maybe I'd go for some a bunch of triads from the half whole, and you can keep on going with those over the G7 as we spoke of before, or you can switch from half whole to this altered from G. In C. Then we have the A part again, so I'm not going to talk about it. 2-5 to the C part, to E flat. Is it an E flat 7 here or an E major? I think it's a 7 again. Makes more sense. I can't remember now. Sue me. Go check it out and let me know. I can't remember. I'll check it out later. We have E flat going to C7, so C7 being just 5 of F minor. What do you play? Just an altered over the C7, I think. An altered over flat 9, one of them classic phrases that just like a 5-1. And the backdoor, there's a bunch of people like to do like a sequencing. So if we're in F, and just taking, we can do it as guitar players pretty easily. Take the same thing. They just take the same thing that you play over F, take it to the back door, to E flat. And just change the way you end the phrase. It sounds very musical and it's quite simple. Sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate things. So That's that. E flat. Where was I? All right, the back door, and now we have this long 1, 3, 6, 2, 2, 5, 1, and this is where the melody is, which is the statement of the tune, the closing argument. You don't have to play that every time, obviously, but it kind of tells us what works great. Something you don't need to play like all the chords. You can think more E flat major, simple melody that concludes what I've been talking about until now as an improviser. What was my story and how do I conclude it in a small short sentence, or something that I like to do is checking out like simple arpeggios with guide tones. So let's do it together once. If we start from here, for example, and I just go up the triad. So the first one is E flat, going back where I started, and I connect it to the next possible note. So I have a G7 now, going to the third. And then we're going to C. I'm back to where I started, the major third. Now I'm on the root of C minor, and I go C minor triad, connect it down to the F7. 1, 7, 9. So I'm staying around the same sounds and shape, and I'm adapting to the chords as they change. That goes what I just described. If I continue with that matter, I'm following this guide tone. And from each one of these guide tone, I'm expanding for a triad or some 3-note shape that sounds good and feels good. Yeah, and end it in some musical way. So yeah, I like it when I play like some sort of a sequence, a scale thing, then I just play around that a couple of times, but rather underplayed than overplayed. It sounds fast. Like, it's cool that you can recognize the motion as a listener, and then before it becomes technical, you get out of that into something that's less expected. So things maintain the flow, and don't become so obvious. A good balance of obvious and some surprise. Balance is the key of life. The universe teaches us. Okay, what now? I'm gonna record backing track for me and for you, and then I'm gonna play over it, and then I'm gonna mix it. Holy crap, it's gonna be a long day. Let's start. Okay, I'll show you the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. to play solo, I think. I didn't hit record, man. Holy shit. Okay, then I'll do another take. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, it is something. I don't know if it's the take of my life. I don't know, but there was definitely a moment there, I remember, that was nice. So, let's give it a quick... Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Okay, so I think now you should be able to see my mixer as well as I'm recording down here in the left. So let's give it a quick mix. We have here, let's start with the acoustic guitar. So this is the acoustic guitar. Looks okay, just make sure that, oops, that's not what I wanted. Just make sure that the gain is okay. I'll play it around here where it's the loudest. Okay, the gain looks... it goes quite hot. It's just for a little moment. It goes all the way up to -6 dB, which is like a lot, but I'm not afraid because I'm gonna just use this compressor to make sure that things are not out of hand. One thing that I do now, let me know if it's bullshit, but get that attack quite up there, quite slow, so nothing is going, feels natural, like I barely hear anything happening. But I know that I can push the guitar now higher in the gain. When I look here, so it's barely a thing. Let's compress it a little bit and make sure that I like the reverb. This is without the reverb. This is with the reverb. I don't want to make it sound like it's in a huge hall. I just want to give it some width. So it's not something like this dry studio sound. Sounds okay to me. We'll see how it is in the mix. I need some more here. Volume, yes. Now I'm gonna check for the frequencies that bother me. Since the acoustic guitar is the only thing that's gonna be in a backing track, I don't mind it being like bassy, so it fills the bottom end. And sparkle a little bit, so it comes through with this just a little bit of more highs. But man, that's the difference without. Nothing big, sounds okay to me. Oh, 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 we are seeing a little clip here. Take it down to the B's, but I'm not afraid because there's gonna be some plugins at the end that have a limiter and whatever, so nothing's gonna actually clip. And I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid. Some reds. Let's hear the electric guitar. Lead here. That's without the mic. Oh my god. What kind of a sound is that? That's a DI, man. That's tough. It sounds very muddy. And closed. So we're gonna open it up. That sounds better. But still sounds pretty dead, huh? Let's see what's going on in this amp simulator. Give it some more highs. Sounds better. The volume looks okay. There's this tiny. Check out this reverb. It actually sucks. I don't like this reverb. Why do I have it on? Maybe I'll leave it on, but just less. Yeah, like this. That's okay. Because the DI is so in your face, I had to create some space there, so I thought I'll use some reverb, you know, a bit of a pre-delay and like no reverb time, basically 20 seconds. Sounds okay. It still sounds a little dead, but when you slowly raise the natural acoustic sound of the picking and stuff, some people don't like it. I love it. Just gotta make. Here's some breath. You gotta breathe when you play, don't you? I just don't want to be. Harsh. harsh, but this sound doesn't sound harsh. Why did I take this away? I'm just gonna leave it at nothing. Shut up. Let's hear them together. Why is this crazy gain here? Let's... Okay, that makes more sense. Set them together. Take it a little more to the left so they both find their place and they are not clashing. So the acoustic guitar is like 30 to the right and my lead guitar is 20 to the left. So they work together but they don't clash, is how I feel now. Let's see here. On the master channel I have just this little bit of just for security, this compressor. Every now and then if things get too loud it relaxes it, but it looks like it barely does anything now. Everything sounds okay. This is how I think of. I don't take it too serious, you know. It looks like everything's okay. Everything sounds okay. Then it's okay. But you know, true professionals, people who do sound all their life, are gonna be like, no, man, blah. But at the end of the day, if it sounds good, it's good. And here I'm gonna see just some equalization. See how it hears if we put on the master more bass. Yeah, I like it. Fills up a little bit. Bypassed. Gain match. Yeah. I try to be sure that I'm not confusing myself with just more gain and then I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds good because it's loud. So there's a gain match and then I can hear it with and without. Oh yeah, I like what it does. The imager just gives it a bit more space. Let's hear without. Yeah. Just gives some more place for little details to be heard and not clash. I like how it feels, man, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Maximizer just gives us more volume basically, but I see that it's working a little bit every now and then, but mostly the extra volume comes from my last plugin, the limiter, which adds a little bit of more gain and kind of tightens things up. Let's hear it without. Yeah. Gets things a little more tight, bassy, makes sure the volume is up and make sure nothing is clipping. That's everything that's going on here. I think I didn't go deep dived into this plugin. I played around with it a little bit, found a preset and tweaked it a little bit to my taste, and when I press it and it works, I'm happy. I'm only thinking now, let's get the acoustic guitar maybe just a tiny bit. Yeah, quieter. And more volume to the lead because it's a lead. And one good test I had is to take the volume down, and then you really hear what's the balance is. Like if you take it down and you only hear electric guitar, maybe there's not enough acoustic guitar. So just testing it in different volumes, see if you know, if everything feels good and sounds good when it's low, when the volume is down, then it probably sounds good. But then I crack things up and I hear, well, this is really harsh or this is really annoying. Well, I want to be able to take the volume up and enjoy it also, like, so just testing it in different volumes, I think, for me. Yeah, and seeing how that feels. And if it feels good when it's loud, it feels good when it's not so loud. I'm game. It's game. I like it. Okay, sounds good. I was also thinking maybe the lead can be a bit more wet. It's a little dry, but I like it dry because it's very articulate. Let's see if I'm playing around with the reverb, if it makes something that I like. What do you think? What do you think? Do we like it? It's not bad. Yeah. Nice. At this point, when I'm listening to this, I'm really not hearing music, just sound. But slowly, when sound is okay, I'm starting to hear what happened. And hearing yourself is it's not easy, but when you do it often enough, and you don't take yourself too seriously, like this is just what I did today. I gave it a take. It is what it is. I don't like everything. Some things are better than others. And that's fine. We'll grow and get better next time, tomorrow. So, nice. Yeah, I like it the way it is. I'm gonna trim the beginning like this and the end and export it and put it together with the video so you can see and hear everything and everything's fun. And I'll upload it separately. Okay, wow. So we talked about the chords, about some stuff that you can do to solo over it. I played the backing track for you and used it for myself to solo over 2 choruses. What a journey, what a day. I didn't see what happened until now, so, and I don't feel like looking at myself talking about these things for like 2 hours now. So I'm gonna do a quick edit, and if it's absolute madness, then I won't do it again. And if it's fun and useful, then let me know. I can make more about other tunes. If you have questions about some things, then also let me know. If you have questions about everything, maybe you better contact me directly so that we can deep dive in private lessons. Check out my website and Patreon for these things. I'm super happy to meet people from all over the world and talk music, talk jazz. It's always exciting to meet. So yeah, looking forward to hearing from you. Hope you have fun. Happy chatting, and I'll see you in another video.